Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
6:37. White Monday down.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Get down.
Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. They give them a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Sullivan. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. As his guys are in for 6. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Armstrong. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Prescott to throw it. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
There we go, kill.
On the counter, Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there, a 22. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. The give is to Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Carl try it again on 2nd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Eric Armstead getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Go Chief. Hey. Go. Get set.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 7:34. set, get set.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Forced out to his left. And he fends him off. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. A 1st down throw for Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw is Prescott, looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. In for the score. And the Cowboys are in for 6. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Carr gives to Richard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial...
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, 7:34. Hey, white. Go. Get set. It's a hook.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to go down again. Taco Charlton in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Fielded just inside the 20. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start with a give to Cohen. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
A second down throw for Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Prescott rolling to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Hey, 47. Swing on the field, right. To the right.
On third down, Elliott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here we go. Let 5-man box. 694.
On first down, Carr. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody has that ability, they want them on their team.
Here's a give to Richard. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Monday down.
Now a handoff to Richard. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On the ground, Richard. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
637.
From midfield, here's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Carr now on first down. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short and shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Carr. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Richard on the toss. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Carr now on 1st down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Carr now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Gold is able to put it through. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Up a terrific return, but markers are down. And this is going to come all the way back. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Jordan Willis, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
4 down, check. There we go. Line 8. Mike's 47. 26.
They'll hand it off now. Hill. They find some open field here. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball. It doesn't work running the ball. And then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. A first down carry by Elliott. Room here to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. He's got his man on the crossing route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Open space inside the 10, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. The handoff running left, Rashard. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Throwing on first down is Carr. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Carr to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Throwing his car on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Carr. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Dancing to his left. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Derek Carr with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are back within a score. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Here's a toss coming right, and he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. He's got daylight. The 40. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Cover 0. White. 56. White, 56 right there. 618. White. 24. 808.
Now Carr. And he finds a man on a crossing route. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Carr now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Carr. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he rifles one incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
694. 618. 24.
On 3rd down, it's Carter, and he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Gold with the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And, 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 Now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Gold now out to kick it away. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Go Chief. Hey, 7:34. What's that?
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That's it, baby.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
29.
They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
He's back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Now, 694. Go. 734. Low.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. And out now come the Cowboys. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
47. Then we're going to 53.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Again to Elliott. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Hey, everyone, count. Then we're going to 53.
On 2nd down, Elliott looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
4 down. Everyone, 4 and 80. 26.
Prescott. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sullivan. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. In for the score. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Gold now out to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Good.
Now Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed him. Instead, second down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hooking laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Well, Charles, this one's going to be hard to digest. You take the lead into the fourth quarter, lose that lead. Maybe they felt like they let this one slip away a little bit.
They will definitely feel like that, because when you have a lead in the fourth quarter, all you talk about doing is finishing and closing a game out. But when you flip it over, how about that? Making the comeback and then finishing the game, sealing it on defense, they will feel jubilant in their locker room.
So for Oakland,